Hello, everybody. This is Gary here, bringing you worst to best SpongeBob Season 11 episodes. Let's get this started. Number 49, my least favorite SpongeBob Season 11 episode. It's a very mysterious, not talked about episode at all. Who am I kidding? It's Ink Lemonade. What were you expecting? Everyone's already talked about this episode. It's literally just Squidward torture, gross out, Patrick being a jerk, yada yada yada, all the seasons 6, 7, and 8 elements mashed into one episode, and for some reason they put it in the season 11. Next one, number 48, Squirrel Jelly. Sandy is just a jerk in this episode and just completely ruins the entire thing. Like, why did this have to be a special? It's not even good. Like, why did this episode exist? Like, it's literally Sandy destroying the rainforest and then all of a sudden gets made up for it. No. Number 47, Cuddly Hugs. This episode is just weird and wrong in so many ways that I don't want to get into. I'll just leave it at giant hamster eating the entire Bikini Bottomite people. Number 46, Krabby Patty Creature Feature. Basically, just another gross out episode. Nothing really special. Although, when the seeds grow on the people's backs, that really disturbs me. Number 45, Appointment TV. Basically, Overbooked 2.0, except for they made it even worse. Yay! Number 44, Drive Happy. For some reason, this episode I do not like. There's just something about it that just puts me off. Like, I don't know. The plot is just so boring. Like, the episode is just completely boring and a mess. Like, no. Plus, SpongeBob isn't even allowed to drive the boat technically because he still needs a license. Number 43, Man Ray Returns. Um, this episode is basically just SpongeBob and Patrick want to ruin Man Ray's vacation because he's bad. Whoa. And Squidward gets the torture at the end. Yay, we love that. We definitely love that. Number 42, High Sea Diving. High Sea Diving is an episode that is just completely boring. The reason why it's the worst meh is because of just how boring it is. I can never find myself interested at one point in this episode. Number 41, Moving Bubble Bass. The ending, like the very, very ending, made up for it not being a bad, but Bubble Bass just, no, he ruined the episode. It was a strong high meh, but then he just lowered it to the bottom of the mez. Number 40, Surf and Turf. Again, another episode where nothing really happens. I guess there's like two entertaining scenes. The reason why it's higher than High Sea Diving is because of the fact that Mr. Krabs gets what he deserves in the end, but otherwise, nothing really interesting happens in this episode, and I could not find myself interested. Number 39, Don't Feed the Clowns. Again, another episode I just couldn't find my interest in. I mean, some jokes landed, but that's about it. Nothing interesting whatsoever. Number 38, Teacher's Pests. This is basically where Mr. Krabs and Plankton have to go to boating school. Again, another basically boring episode of season 11. I mean, I do like kind of the rivalry between Mr. Krabs and Plankton, but like that's not much because that happens in most episodes. This episode isn't special. Number 37, Grandmom's the Word. Again, another boring episode. Season 11 had some boring episodes that I could just not get into, and this one was one of them. I can't really say much about it because I couldn't find myself interested. I couldn't remember half the plot. I do know that Plankton's grandma had a crush on Squidward and they took over. I don't know. Number 36, Goons on the Moon. Goons on the Moon is a boring special. There's nothing really else to say. The special was just meh. I mean, I guess it was funny seeing Squidward seeing Roger Bumpus, but that's about it. Number 35, Bottle Burglars. SpongeBob was a furry in this episode, teehee. But seriously, this episode was just boring. Again. Like, whoa, it's another Plankton steals the formula, except for he actually gets it, but in the end, he doesn't actually get it. Number 34, Doodle Dimension. Doodle Bob returns in a completely boring episode. Yeah, in this one, Patrick and SpongeBob just basically draw doodles and fight doodles. It's basically just a boring version of Frank and Doodle. Number 33, Bunny Hunt. Again, this episode was eh. I can't really say I enjoyed it considering it's a meh, but it's not bad because I thought some things were funny about it, but most of the time I was just sitting there like, what the heck is happening? Number 32, Call the Cops. Boring episode. I mean, I guess some of it was funny, but most of it was not. It was pretty boring. Number 31, Bubble Town. Again, another Bubble Buddy episodes. I'm sorry, but I do not like Bubble Buddy episodes. They all got mez, I'm pretty sure. And this one's not an exception. It's basically SpongeBob visits Bubble Town. He wrecks the bubbles. He saves the day again. Woohoo! Number 30, Cave Dwelling Sponge. In this one, SpongeBob has a prehistoric clone of himself, and he basically just does follow SpongeBob everywhere. Not entertaining, just boring again. Number 29, Fun Size Friends. This one, I guess, I mean, it was meh, completely in the middle. I had really nothing interesting happened in this one. I mean, I guess the little SpongeBob and Patrick's were cute, but I mean, like, them working together was fine, made it go higher on the mez, but still meh. Number 28, Krusty Cleaners. This one was, again, another boring episode, shocking, but that's most of the season 11 mez. Well, that's just mez in general, to be honest. Boring, nothing to say about them. Basically just SpongeBob and Patrick clean up an office. Woohoo! Number 27, The Night Patty. Again, this episode just not hit it. Did not hit it for me. The only reason it's a higher meh is because of the fact that like Nosferatu came back, but other than that, I just didn't find this entertaining. Number 26, The Grill is Gone. I mean, I guess Mr. Krabs winning was fine. They get the grill back, but like again, what happened? Like nothing interesting happened. Number 25, Chef Bob. Chef Bob's roasting everybody. Whoa, but other than that, it was completely uninteresting. Whoa. Number 24, The Checkup. Again, I mean, pretty boring. I do like the scheme SpongeBob does to get Mr. Krabs to like do the things, but other than that, I just didn't find it entertaining. But I did like how they made it so Mr. Larry the Lobster replaced Mr. Krabs. Number 23, Plankton Paranoia. This episode, I have no words for what happened. Mr. Krabs goes into a paranoia. You gotta watch the episode for yourself to understand it. Number 22, The Clam Whisperer. Nothing exciting. I mean, I thought the clams were fine. I kind of liked it when SpongeBob was traveling back with them, and but other than that, the entire beginning and middle were just boring, uninteresting stuff. Number 21, Spin the Bottle. SpongeBob gets a genie, and everyone wants to have it for himself. The genie is the plankton. Whoa! Did he try to steal the formula? Yes. Did he fail? Yes. Number 20, Pat Pinocchio. I guess the theme of a Pinocchio story in SpongeBob was a cool idea, but I mean, I didn't find this one completely fun. Like, just felt like another Pinocchio episode. Number 19, The String. Finally, we're getting into the goods where I have stuff to say about. This episode should have been the special, not Squirrel Jelly. I'd rather see SpongeBob pull a string for 19 minutes than see Sandy wreck an entire forest. But anyway, the string is basically where SpongeBob goes on this journey with a string. It's a pretty creative episode, but like I said, it was just too short for it to be any higher. Nothing like exceptional. Number 18, Whale Watching. I do like the chemistry between Pearl and Squidward. I actually like seeing it. and Squidward actually having fun for once with Pearl. That's actually a pretty entertaining episode. Number 17, Library Cards. Library Cards is actually a more hated episode, but I personally like it. I like the theme of SpongeBob's library and Patrick getting smarter, and then he starts to get stuck, but then he gets unstuck in the end, of course, but I still think it was good. Number 16, Old Man Patrick. Again, another episode not many two people are fond of, but it's basically where Patrick becomes an old man and SpongeBob has to connect with the old people. I think it was actually funny and a lot of jokes landed for me. Number 15, Shopping List. Shopping List is where SpongeBob and Sandy go on an adventure to get the ingredients for a Krabby Patty. I mean, it was just a distraction for Plankton, but still, this episode was actually entertaining to see all the adventures they would go on together. Number 14, Sanitation and Sanity. I like Squidward and SpongeBob picking up the entire trash in Bikini Bottom, and the battle of the trash cans in the end was a pretty entertaining to me. Number 13, Legend of Bikini Bottom. The story itself wasn't anything special, but the animation in this one is just unmatched. It is the best animated episode out of any SpongeBob episode, and you gotta recognize that. Number 12, Spot Returns. I like the episode because usually Plankton stealing the formula episodes are pretty boring, same thing, but this one he actually explains what happens and what he does with the pets, and I like how each pet has a personality to help get the formula. Number 11, Larry the floor manager. This one, Larry takes over the Krusty Krabs for a day while Mr. Krabs goes on a vacation. It's pretty entertaining, the fact that Larry gets to run the Krusty Krab and seeing how hygienic everyone is. But yeah, it's pretty entertaining. Number 10, Stuck on the Roof. All right, the top 10, starting off with Stuck on the Roof. This episode, SpongeBob gets stuck on a roof, given the title, and it's pretty entertaining to see what he does on the roof and all the different things people try to do to him get him down, and then in the end, they build a Krusty Krab on top. I really like that. Number 9, There's a Sponge in My Soup. This has got to be the weirdest episode. Well, not actually. Cuddly Hugs was weirder, but it's still pretty weird. There's hippies in this soup that SpongeBob and Mr. Krabs are making. I have no idea, don't ask, but it's still entertaining, and it's fun seeing all the things the hippies and SpongeBob do. Number 8, Girls' Night Out. This one is high up on the list because it's actually fun seeing Mrs. Puff, Sandy, and Karen all together. They're pretty good. They have pretty good chemistry with each other, and they finally made an episode with all three of the females of SpongeBob, and I thought it was pretty good. Number 7, Squid Noir. This episode is really cool in how it's a mystery and you don't know who it is, and the jokes land pretty well. But I also like the theme of just a noir and everything is black and white. Number 6, Scavenger Pants. It's pretty fun to see all the adventures SpongeBob and Patrick go on in this little scavenger hunt, and the ending was also pretty funny and deserved. Number 5, Chatterbox Gary. This episode, it's pretty funny seeing how Gary can actually talk and how sophisticated he is, and the fact that Squidward tries to get him in trouble in SpongeBob because Gary annoyed him for his tastes, and he gets what he deserves in the end. Number 4, My Leg. My Leg. They made an episode about My Leg, and it was good. You know why? Because they actually gave this character a backstory, and it's actually interesting seeing why he keeps breaking his leg the entire show. Number 3, No Pictures, Please. This episode usually people don't talk about, but I like to talk about it just because of how many jokes there are and how all the jokes land for me. Number 2, Karen's Virus. How could you not put this episode in your top 3 best SpongeBob season 11 episodes? The animation is the best for a non-special, and it's amazing seeing how a virus can affect Karen and how SpongeBob and Plankton have to go on this adventure, and seeing the animation of them inside Karen is also pretty good. Number one, Mustard O' Mine. Take what I said about no pictures, please, and make it a million times more funny. This episode is the funniest jokes, and its plot is actually good. I have not seen a good episode like this in a long time, but Mustard O' Mine manages to do it. There were 7 bad, 23 meh, and 19 good, which makes this a mess season. This is the ranking of the season. Number 1 is season 3, number 2 is season 2, number 3 is season 4, number 4 is season 1, number 5 is season 11, number 6 is season 10, number 7 is season 9, number 8 is season 5, number 9 is season 8, number 10 is season 6, number 11 is season 7. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys later. Bye.